Philadelphia is apparently the first local government to roll out a system like this. Meanwhile, Gettysburg National Military Park will cull deer soon. Here's the fall foliage forecast. Plus, a lost turtle is found after 3 years. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. According to the paper's own investigation, deed theft in Philadelphia grew in recent years as property values in certain neighborhoods rose, reports the Philadelphia Inquirer. Specifically, deed theft that involved the thieves forging deeds from deceased property owners, essentially stealing from the victim's living family members, causing them to spend thousands a lot of them can't afford to get the property back. Now, though, Mayor Cherelle Parker has announced the city has launched a system that automatically uses government databases to check whether or not the seller of a home is dead at the time a deed is signed. If records show the seller is indeed deceased, the city will reject the deed. Parker claimed Philadelphia is the first local government to create and launch such a system. National parks typically don't permit hunting, reports the Hanover Evening Sun. But the white-tailed deer situation has gotten so out of hand at the Gettysburg National Military Park and Eisenhower National Historic Site that there'll be an exception over the coming months. The Federal Agriculture Department's Wildlife Services confirmed it'll hunt deer in these lands starting this month through March of next year. These deer have reportedly been, quote, overbrowsing native vegetation and agricultural crops, unquote. Therefore, this is a quote-unquote management strategy in order to protect natural and cultural resources. These culled deer will also be tested for chronic wasting disease. If they are all negative, the meat will be donated to local nonprofits and food banks. If you're looking to peep at some leaves this fall, here's some good news, states PennLive. Leaves are expected to be very vibrant this year around Pennsylvania, as well as in the New England and Midwestern regions. The height of it will occur in mid-October. The heavy rains that happened over the summer will most likely lengthen the color-changing process too. Fingers crossed. It was over 3 years ago that Pete the Turtle absconded from the Tamarack Wildlife Center in Crawford County, says CBS Local Pittsburgh. Then, this summer, someone in Venango, which is about 20 miles away from the center, stopped to help a turtle cross the road. They noticed the turtle had weird markings and reached out all over to see who might have lost it. The center eventually identified Pete, who had somehow shucked off his transmitter when he first shuffled out of the door. Pete is now back home from his adventure and totally healthy. And it probably took him the whole 3 years just to walk 20 miles. That wraps up today's episode. Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. For even more news, visit PennLive.com. Also, please remember to rate this podcast and leave it an honest review, too. Thanks in advance, and of course, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and tomorrow's another episode of Today in PA.